The security cameras showed everything. My wife, Cassandra, walking poolside in a bikini I'd never seen before. A man I didn't know diving into our pool like he owned the place. Them laughing together, touching each other in ways that made my stomach twist. This was happening in my house. The house I'd worked 60-hour weeks to pay for, while I was at the office making sure we could afford our life. What hurt more than the betrayal was the disrespect. This man wasn't just sleeping with my wife. He was using my pool, drinking my beer from my fridge, probably eating my food, and lounging on furniture I'd assembled with my own hands. He was living a piece of my life while I was out earning the money that made it possible. My name is Nathan Crawford. I'm 42. I've spent the last 18 years building an accounting firm in Phoenix. 12 of those years I was married to Cassandra. We met at a charity fundraiser. She was the event coordinator that night. Stunning in a red dress, but it was her laugh that got me. Open, uninhibited, contagious. Our wedding was everything she dreamed of. A destination ceremony in Cabo. 150 guests. Champagne to float a yacht. I'd just landed 3 big clients that year, and I wanted to give her everything. For years, everything looked perfect. We bought a house in Paradise Valley, with a pool, a guest house, and space, so we never felt cramped. Cassandra quit event planning after the wedding. She said she wanted to focus on the home. I supported her. My income covered both of us easily. She kept the house immaculate. She hosted dinner parties that impressed my clients. She went to yoga, kept up her hair and trainer. It all looked like a dream. Then Logan Hayes showed up. A personal trainer Cassandra hired when she said she'd been feeling sluggish. 29, built like a gym poster. Easy confidence. I met him once, shook his hand, paid his fee, and went back to work without a second thought. That was 6 months ago. The cameras were my idea. After a string of break-ins in the neighborhood, I had basic coverage installed. Front door, backyard, pool. The footage uploaded automatically to the cloud. I'd almost forgotten about them until last Tuesday. I was working late on quarterly reports when I realized I'd left my iPad at home. I opened the security app to check whether Cassandra was still awake. The backyard camera came up first. Pool lights on. Blue water. And Logan Hayes, swimming laps at 9 p.m. on a Tuesday, all alone. I switched to the inside cameras. Living room, kitchen, empty. Then Logan climbed out of the pool and walked toward the guest house. The camera didn't cover the guest house, but I didn't need it to know where Cassandra was. I sat in my office for 20 minutes staring at my phone. My hands shook. My chest felt tight. Part of me wanted to drive straight home. Part of me, the part that built a business by thinking strategically, told me to wait. I pulled up the cloud storage and started reviewing past footage. What I found made me sick. Logan had been at my house nearly every day for the last month. Morning, afternoon, night. Not training Cassandra. Being with her. The footage showed them kissing by the pool, drinking wine on my patio furniture, slow dancing on the patio while I was 20 miles away, closing deals. One clip showed Cassandra bringing him breakfast on a tray, treating him like royalty. Another showed them disappearing into the guest house for hours. 3 days earlier, out. Logan dove into my pool, doing tricks like he was auditioning for the Olympics. Cassandra clapped. She ran her hands over his chest like she was admiring a sculpture. This man treated my home like his playground. My wife encouraged it. I called Mitchell, an old friend who'd been through a nasty divorce. He didn't mince words. Document everything, he said. Don't confront her until you have a lawyer. Don't let emotion drive your decisions. I listened. I met with Patricia Holbrook, a tough divorce attorney Mitchell recommended. She watched the footage and nodded. This is good evidence, she said. Clear proof. But we need financial records, phone records, anything that shows planning or hiding money. Over the next 2 weeks, I became a detective. I combed bank statements and credit card charges. I found a separate account I didn't know about. Small transfers, $50 here, $800 there, adding up to over $30,000. Expensive gifts that never appeared in our house. a Rolex I'd never seen her wear, diamond earrings that weren't in her jewelry box, a leather jacket not in her closet. All of it gone. All of it, I discovered, for Logan. Patricia was focused. Dissipation of marital assets, she said. We can go after that. I wanted more than money. I wanted consequences. Patricia warned me that justice costs time and money. I told her I understood. We built a plan. Collect evidence. Freeze assets. Serve papers at the right moment. I wanted something more personal, something that would make Logan understand the cost of treating my home like his. But I wasn't willing to harm anyone or do anything illegal. I also wanted to avoid giving anyone instructions they could misuse. So what I arranged was public and harmless, designed to embarrass, not injure. A non-toxic dye, the kind technicians use to locate flow in pool systems. Harmless to skin and health, that would mark anyone who dove in. The idea was to expose them, not to cause harm. 2 days later, Logan came over at 10 a.m. Cassandra greeted him in a white bikini I'd never seen. They kissed at the pool. He ran and dove in. The water erupted into a cloud of neon green. Logan surfaced, bewildered, and his skin and swim trunks were stained bright green. He tried to wash it off. He couldn't. The footage captured everything: the dive, green explosion, his panic, Cassandra's screams. I watched the clip and laughed in disbelief. Not because I enjoyed the humiliation, but because finally there was visible proof of what I'd suspected for months. It was on camera. It was undeniable. Cassandra called me in a panic. Something happened to the pool, she said. I kept calm. Don't let anyone else swim, I told her. I called Patricia. It's done, I said. The evidence is collected. The next morning, a process server arrived. I watched the cameras as Cassandra answered the door in her robe and took divorce papers. Logan came to the door, still stained green, despite obvious scrubbing. He looked ridiculous in daylight. The server handed him papers, too. You're being sued, she said. There are claims against you. Logan went pale. The humiliation spread beyond our backyard. Someone leaked the clip to social media. In days, Logan was a meme. The green pool guy. His training business vanished. His social accounts went dark. We moved fast on the legal front. Patricia filed motions to protect assets. We froze accounts. Cassandra hired a lawyer who priced advice at $500 an hour. She demanded the house, half my business, permanent support. Patricia shut that down immediately. We had proof of the affair. We had proof she'd siphoned funds. The $30,000 she'd taken came out of her settlement. The divorce took 3 months. Cassandra fought every step. She painted herself as the victim. She accused me of poisoning Logan. Absurd. The dye was harmless. The court saw the evidence. The settlement was far from perfect, but it was fair by legal standards. Cassandra walked away with her car and a modest support package. I kept the house, most of the business, and the life I'd built. The day she left, I watched her load boxes into a rental truck. She looked smaller somehow. I hope you're happy, she said. Getting there, I replied. After she left, I walked through the house room by room. It felt lighter, like a weight had been lifted. I had the pool professionally cleaned and restored. I kept thinking there should be some big emotional climax, some tidal wave of anger or regret. But there wasn't. Just peace. Work thrived. Without the constant emotional drain, I could focus. The firm grew. I took on major clients and expanded into consulting. I started dating carefully. Casual dinners, coffee, nothing serious until I met Julia. She was a financial analyst I met at a conference. Smart, dry, funny. We talked about depreciation schedules and tax code for 2 hours. When I asked for her number, she looked surprised. Really? She said. Maybe not tax code specifically, but definitely more conversation. We talked every night for 2 weeks before our first date. Everything with Julia felt easy and real. Honest. No games. A year later, we were hiking in Sedona. I asked her to marry me. She said yes. Our wedding was small and perfect. No destination fuss. Just family, dinner, a honeymoon camping in Montana. It was real. It was simple. It was everything my first marriage wasn't. People called some of my choices petty, vindictive, maybe, but I learned something important. Sometimes the high road requires letting people walk all over you. Sometimes dignity means taking a stand and protecting what's yours. I didn't want revenge for the sake of revenge. I wanted to protect my life, my work, and my sense of self. I wanted consequences for deception. If this story resonated with you, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment about a time you found out someone wasn't who you thought they were. I read every single one. The pool turned green for a week. The clarity it gave me lasted a lifetime. Sometimes you need to see the poison to understand how toxic your environment has become. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. You can only decide what to do next. I chose to drain the pool, clean the water, and start fresh. Not just with the pool, but with my life. Best decision I ever made.